Hello, my name is Tony King. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new year, 2026. Hopefully an exciting year for photographers and for photography. Today, I want to talk about some of my goals for the year of 2026. I made a video talking about how the year of 2025 went for me in photography, and it went pretty well. Just to breeze over that, I posted daily on Instagram for an entire year, which was a very satisfying achievement. I was able to get in my first couple exhibitions. I made my first zine. So overall, 2025 was a great year. At the start of 2025, I didn't make a YouTube video. I wasn't doing this at that point, but I created some goals for myself. And that was the primary goal was to get into at least one exhibition. I had just started submitting the exhibitions at the end of 2024 and hadn't gotten into anything. And so in 2025, I was like, in the entire calendar year, I just want to get into one. Actually, in like May or June, I was like, I give up. I had submitted to so many things and been told no, and I was going to give up. I was like, you know what? I'm wasting my money on some submissions. And then I got into one, and then I got into two, then I got into three, and I got into several kind of from that point on. So maybe that perseverance is something that I want to express here, that keep going, keep trying. If you have your goals, if you set a goal at the start of the year, whether it's posting daily, whether it's to get into something, whether it's to create a book or a zine, go ahead and do that. And then furthermore, I was propped up by that scenario to feel more confident and to improve my craft that I made my first zine. I did not think I was going to get that far all in one year. I thought zines were like something that I would have to be focusing on, maybe on doing in 2028 or something. And so I'm so glad that I did that. Yeah, so 2025, incredible year for photography. I superseded anything that I could have expected. And that makes 2026 kind of daunting, right? How am I going to live up to that? How am I going to go beyond that? Well, the answer is I honestly don't think I can. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, just because a team wins the championship one year and they get third place the next year doesn't mean that getting third place is not a good achievement still. So what I'm trying to say is that you can still have a good year without beating the previous year. And so far with my photography, I have been better and better and better every single year. I think this year, in terms of being a photographer in 2026, I think I can improve as a photographer. I hopefully will improve in 2026 as a photographer. But in terms of specific achievements, I'm really not sure that I'm going to be able to match up to 2025. And I'm not going to pressure myself to actually do that. So I want to set some tangible goals based off what happened in 2025. Well, getting into exhibitions. In 2025, I wanted to get into one, and I got into more than that. So let's go ahead and go back to that. 2026, I want to get into one exhibition, and I will be submitting hopefully to several, and maybe I'll get into more than one, but I want to get into at least one exhibition and keep that track record going as somebody who exhibits his photography. Also in 2025, I had my first couple of paid gigs, nothing that really satisfied the bank very much, but things that satisfied me professionally very much. So I would like to get a couple more paid gigs. I think I had like 5 paid gigs in the entire year of 2025. Maybe let's go ahead and shoot for 10 this year. I don't know, double that, because I only started really doing these paid gigs halfway through the year. So realistically, it is a tangible goal and something that I didn't really start seeking until later on. So let's go ahead and say 10 paid gigs. How about that? And I think on top of that, I just want to consistently practice various niches. I've said it a lot of times. I'm not a niched up photographer. I don't just do wildlife. I don't just do street. I don't just do portraits. I do everything that I can. One thing that I want to do more and more of is sports, because I'm in the sports world in my city. I'm in the soccer world. So I want to, tap into that even more and get some photography side of things outside of coaching and playing. So that is another goal I can do. But again, tracking back, my primary goal and the most tangible really is to just try and maintain my quality of work, because I think I really elevated to a new level in 2025, and it's going to be hard, but I really want to maintain that output and that level of good work that I'm happy with. Really, I'm trying to cultivate a healthy attitude towards achievements and progress in my craft of photography here, because it would be very easy for me to try this year and fail at beating 2025, and then at the start of 2027 I say, well, I got worse as a photographer. I didn't do as well as I did the previous year. I'm not going to match it in 2027. I might as well just slow down until I finally quit by 2029. I don't know, I just came up with a weird timeline there, but it would be very easy for me to beat myself down if I set some sort of unrealistic goal in my mind that I need to be better than I was this year. When really I just want to maintain the quality of my work. The achievement parts will come later. Some years will be better than others, and that is perfectly understandable. Hopefully, me talking about that can also aid anybody who's listening to this video. You don't need to compare yourself to other photographers. There's plenty of photographers that I look up to that are posting about being in exhibitions weekly, monthly. There's photographers that their work is just insanely good every single post, every week, whatever it may be, or they're going on these fabulous trips. And it would be so easy to just compare myself to them. But really, I need to focus on myself and what are tangible goals for me to actually achieve, and trying to create a healthy attitude. My channel as a whole is supposed to be showing my process of learning and my progress as I'm learning, not just showing my best work, showing some, my early stages of work, reflecting on that and seeing how I can improve. So hopefully I'm talking about this in a way that creates a healthy attitude towards your own artwork and ways that you can actually improve without being bombarded by insanely good photographers that are, just might just say, all you got to do is this, and this, and you'll be as good as me, when really like so much more went into it. A lot of advice that I've heard from photographers and listened to from photographers has ended up being advice that, was 3, 4, 5 steps down the road from where I was at that particular point in time. So hopefully on my channel, I'm showing some of the first steps, and that will help people who are, at a similar level or maybe 1 or 2 steps behind, that can use my approach to photography and how I like to talk about it in order to elevate their own craft. So that is my goal there. And on YouTube, I'm going to try and keep posting, trying to be consistent with my photo analysis, try to challenge myself to make better videos, more videos that I enjoy, and really just improving as an artist. In terms of that, I want to do at least 100 photo albums in the year. That would be a great goal. That would be more than 4 photo albums per month, which is my minimum goal from 2025, and something that I will maintain. That would be just like going out at least once a week, more or less, depending on how it's broken up. But if I can do more than 100 photo albums in the year, that would be another big achievement, and something that I did in 2025 that I think I can tangibly do again if I really, apply myself to being a photographer. And I mean, that's really it. I just want to maintain my level and have a healthy attitude towards photography. I want to know what you guys think. What are some of your goals for photography? What are goals that you think I should have? That would be interesting to hear. But overall, let's create a space where, everybody can be at all different levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced levels of photography, professional even, and we can all feel positive about the work that we're creating without, putting anybody down about anything like that. So I'm trying to set that good example first, and hopefully that can transmit through my work and my channel and my commentary. I've been Tony King. Welcome to 2026. Hopefully a great year in photography. I'm very excited for it. Hopefully you are too. And subscribe to my channel to stick around and see what we can all achieve in the year of 2026. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace.